So today we're going to be making Google buns. It's a great recipe to make with children, and the child I have to hand is my daughter Delilah. This is Delilah. You Delilah?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now, start with, we're going to grease the tray, and you're going to grease it with a little bit of butter. So put your little fingers in there, and you rub that all over the tray. I'm going to start making the dough, because it's basically like a bread dough. So this is exciting. It might be your first bread making adventure. To start with, I'm going to go with 50 mils of double cream and 80 mils of milk. All right. And warming that up a little on the stove. So now Delilah's going to do some weighing out. What does it say? What does it say?
0.
And what do we want it to say?
I don't know.
200. Go, go, go. 200. Go. Oh. That's 150. Let's have a bit more. Go. 200. Perfect. This is caster sugar. It's a slightly sweet bread dough. Great. Right, you take this little one. Find the one that says 1/4 teaspoon. Go, go, go. Little bit of salt. Make it flat. Make it flat. That's it. In it goes. Oh, it's really important that you put the salt on one side. Put it over there, because the next guy is yeast. And yeast and salt are not friends. You do not want them to mix in the bowl until you say now, and they mix. Okay. So this is 5 grams, but it doesn't go anywhere near the salt. This side. Here, here, here. The yeast is the magic in bread. It makes it rise up and puff up and get nice and airy and light inside. Done? Happy? Let's get an egg in. Eggy in the middle.
Eggy.
In the middle. And then lastly, butter. In it goes, just like that. Drop it in. And a handful of currants. So 30 grams, which is roughly speaking a handful. Let's mix it up. So this is the warmed up dairy going into the dry mix, and it's the warmth of the dairy that will set the yeast going and get it working. In there is our dough coming together. It's quite a wet dough, this one, quite what we call a sloppy dough. And you just give it a couple of minutes just to get the yeast working. Looking good? Okay, so what we've got now is, after an intense workout by our machine, that you have to remember in Enid Blyton's day would have all been done by hand, really hard kneading on the table. We're going to tip our super sloppy dough, because it is a very wet looking dough, onto a floured surface. Right, here it comes. Right, you're going to get your hands involved.
I got my lips involved.
That's good too. That is what you call a super sloppy wet dough. It's a very wet dough, so you're allowed to put quite a lot of flour in to get it involved. So you have to have just enough flour so it doesn't go sticky. So you give it about a 2-minute knead. Right, what we're going to do now is we're going to make it into a sausage shape. Yeah, good. Nice sausagey, sausagey, sausagey. Right, now cut it in half. Go. Right, then these guys get cut in half one more time. All we need to do is make sure we get equal sized balls. And how many have we made?
4.
Cool, so we're going to make another 4 out of this lot, straight down the middle. Now we make them into sausage shape. So I'm going to get that nice tray that you did earlier. You want it to be like a sausage shape with slightly tapered ends. So you try and make something it should be about 10 centimetres long, and you want to put them about 4 centimetres apart, so that when they prove, which is when they grow, which is what the yeast does to it, they're tucked up right next to each other. Happy? So these now have to prove for about 1.5 hours, when they're going to get puffed up and a little bit springy to touch. So you do that somewhere warm, cover them with a tea towel, and our warm place is our boiler cupboard.
Okay, bye-bye.
So, 1.5 hours later, after a good solid prove, our buns should look like this. Ta-da! All nice and puffy. So if you just give them a little prod, they're really soft. That's what you're looking for. That's how you know they're ready. You give them a little prod and they're soft, and the dough pops back again to fill that space. Now, we give them, what's this stuff called? egg wash. So we give them a little brush with egg wash on the outside. Meanwhile, I've preheated my oven to 170. That's a fan assisted oven. You give them a good, nice egg wash because that's what's going to make them look all nice and shiny, gentle as you go. Good, good, good. All right, let's get them in the oven. So here we go, our Google buns. They have been made, they have been proven, they have been cooked, they have been cooled, and now it's the last bit, which is the icing. It's the most exciting bit, isn't it? Use the back of your spoon because it's rounder. Look at these just look yummy. Hey, listen, do you want to try one?
Yes!
All right then. What are they like?
Yummy.